Welcome to Echoes of Fear. In today's video, we dive into 2 true terrifying McDonald's horror stories. Go grab a snack, turn off the lights and buckle up. Story number 1. It was 2:47 a.m. when Kyle rolled into the McDonald's drive-thru, eyes bloodshot from the road. He'd been driving for 10 hours straight, trying to make it home before sunrise. The neon arches glowed against the pitch-black sky, and the sign beneath them read, "Open 24 hours, always here for you." Guess even the golden arches can't sleep. He pulled up to the speaker. Static buzzed for a moment, then a voice came through, distorted, low. "Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?" "Yeah, 1 Big Mac, large fries and a Coke. Would you like anything else?" "No, that's it, please. Pull around." The screen on the order board flickered, briefly showing what looked like a black and white image. Someone standing behind the counter, but the face was wrong, too wide, no eyes. Kyle shivered and drove forward. When he reached the window, there was no one there, just the bag of food sitting on the ledge. The interior lights were on, but the kitchen was empty. Everything was pristine, too pristine, like it was never used. "Hey, anyone working tonight?" No answer. Just as he reached for the bag, the window slammed shut on its own. Kyle yelped and pulled his hand back. Then the window slowly slid open again with a long, creaking groan. The bag was gone. In its place, a Happy Meal box. Kyle didn't order a Happy Meal. Against his better judgment, he took it. It was ice cold. He peeled back the lid, and inside wasn't food. It was a small porcelain clown toy. Its face was identical to the old-school Ronald McDonald, but its smile was cracked, and its eyes were 2 hollow black pits. Suddenly, the toy's head turned, just slightly, to look at him. Kyle dropped it and slammed the car into drive. He didn't even care about the food anymore. He just needed to get out. As he sped out of the lot, he looked in the rearview mirror and saw the McDonald's was gone. Not boarded up, not closed, just gone. Nothing but an empty lot with overgrown weeds and a rusted sign with no letters. Kyle's heart pounded as he drove, headlights cutting through the darkness. He reached for his phone, desperate to call someone, but it wouldn't turn on. Then the radio crackled to life. "Welcome back to McDonald's." "Would you like to try our new special?" Kyle screamed, and from the back seat a voice whispered, "You forgot your toy." Story number 2, Scene 2, The Dare. It started as a joke. A group of teenage friends, Maya, Josh, Lila, and Trent, dared each other to sneak into the old McDonald's on Redwood Drive. It had been closed for years after a tragic kitchen fire, but the building still stood rotting and silent behind a rusted fence. Midnight. We go in, take a selfie by the fryer, and bounce. Easy. They jumped the fence under the pale glow of a half moon and pried open the back door. Inside, everything was covered in thick dust. Chairs were overturned, ketchup packets were fossilized on the floor, and the smell of grease and mildew hung heavy in the air. Creepy as hell. They turned on their flashlights and explored the darkened interior. Faded posters of smiling children still lined the walls. The play-place ball pit was half deflated and filled with grime. "Let's get the picture and go." Glancing nervously at the shadows, they reached the kitchen. The fryer that caused the fire was still there, blackened, warped, and cold. Josh raised his phone, but just before he snapped the photo, Maya froze. "Did you hear that? It sounded like a fryer basket dropping into oil." But there was no power, no oil. Nothing should be working. Then a voice echoed through the empty building, raspy, slow, coming from the front counter. "Order, ready." They all turned toward the lobby. In the faint beam of Trent's flashlight, a figure stood behind the counter. It was wearing a McDonald's uniform, charred and melted in places. Its name tag was unreadable. The skin on its face sagged like melted wax, with one eye fused shut and the other glowing a dull, angry red. You forgot your food. The lights overhead flickered to life, even though the power should have been cut long ago. They screamed and ran for the exit, but every door was locked, chained from the inside. On the wall above the exit was a security monitor that shouldn't have been working. But you know, it was. The screens showed the four of them, just standing frozen in the lobby, with a fifth figure behind them, the burned employee. Trent turned to run and was dragged into the kitchen, screaming, his flashlight spinning across the greasy tile. The fryer hissed, followed by a horrible, wet popping sound. One by one they were taken until only Maya remained, hiding under a booth. Employee of the month, forever. The last thing Maya saw before everything went dark was the burned employee placing a new name tag on a locker. It read, "Maya, welcome to the team." If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the weekly horror videos. Until next time, don't look back.